Hello, my Taino-Viking Warriors. How are we doing? I just got back from Daly's farm market, picked up the meat for Trinity's graduation meal. We're going to have brisket and we're going to have pulled pork. So the brisket's going to be on for about 22 to 24 hours. And the pulled pork, I'll have the pork butts on for about, I don't know, 18, maybe 19 hours. So it's going to be, we'll get everything prepped and ready. I'm going to get them trimmed and seasoned. Today it's Monday, and then on Wednesday I'll put it all out there, and I'll keep y'all on for the journey. So y'all on for the journey. So here is the. Let me get you over here. There we go. This right here is our brisket. It's about a 19.2 pound brisket, and then we've got the pork butt. I got 2 pork shoulders in here, pounds. So about 220. You need to check out Daly's. Talk to the butchers, and they'll give you good deals. I mean, there's nothing like having a good hometown butcher. So stick with me. I'm going to trim this up, get it seasoned, get it put in the fridge, let it set. Then I'll put some more seasonings on it tomorrow, and then Wednesday I'll put more seasonings on it, set it out, let it get room temperature before I put it on the grill. All right, so here we go. So if you watched my Instapot video where I did the pot roast, you remember I didn't rinse off the meat, but don't worry, I've already rinsed off the meat and everything, and I'm going to be slicing a lot of this fat off. I'm going to trim it down, and then I'm going to put it over here in this. I'm going to put the trimmings over here in this bowl, because what we're going to do is we will render that fat down into tallow, and then we'll use it for cooking. We'll use it for making soaps, making lotions, and stuff like that. That is all my wife's thing. I don't know how to do all that. All right, so here it is. This is the brisket, all nice and trimmed. I do mine a little different. I don't do like I said, I don't do a whole lot of trimming. I don't get it all where it's all fat free and everything and whatnot. I get it nice and good. Oh, let me get a little bit more off of this big fat vein right there. All right, so that's that. Now we're going to start seasoning it. Only 2 things I need: some Tony's and Kent Rollins. So this is just going to be the first day of seasoning. We got today, tomorrow, and then Wednesday left of seasoning. Thank you. All right, so now I'm going to wrap this up, keep all that seasons in it, and it doesn't dry out inside the refrigerator. So I'm going to wrap her up, and then we're going to put it in the refrigerator. All right, so there it is. It's all wrapped up. Now it's ready to go in the fridge. Now we'll start working on the pulled pork. Well, the Boston butts. All right, so the way I do my pulled pork is I don't trim it. I leave all that fat on there, and then when I cook it, I make sure that the fat's on the bottom side. A lot of people are like, oh, make sure it's on the top side so it drips down into it. No, I'm going to put that fat on the bottom side, and that's why he's going to protect it from any type of flames that's going to come up. All right, there shouldn't be, because it's only going to be about 200 to 250 out there on the grill, okay, out there on the smoker. But That's gonna protect it. It'll soak it all up in there. And then when I pull it, and you'll see it when I pull it. When I pull it, I make sure I pull that fat off, and I take that fat and I put it off to the side. And make sure it gets nice and moist and everything in there, okay? So here we go. Got my Cowboy Kent Rollins right here. Is that nice and put up on that butt? Oh yeah. All right. Now I'm going to go ahead and just make sure I get this all nice and foiled up. And then I'm going to stick it inside the refrigerator with the brisket. Okay, that's going to go sit in the fridge with the brisket, and I got another one to do, so see you in a couple days. All right, see you later. All right, Taino-Viking Warriors, here is the brisket out there on the grill already. I couldn't show you me doing it and re-seasoning and everything because I had to have my daughter help me. And the reason I had to have my daughter help me is because, look at this, torn bicep. Never fun. We responded to an accident. There was a motorcycle that had an accident in front of us, and my wife and I were in the truck, and we responded to it, and the motorcycle was leaking everywhere. So I went to pick it up to help get it to stop leaking, and I tore my bicep lifting the motorcycle. So looks like I got surgery in my future, so that's going to be fun. But so I got it out here on the grill. It's set at 200, my smoker, and we'll go from there. And it should be about 22 to 24 hours. That'll be on there at about 9 o'clock tonight. I'm going to put the pork butts on, and those will go for about 19 hours. And I'll show you those when we get that time, all right? Thanks, guys. All right. Hey, my Taino-Viking Warriors, how are we doing? I'm about to show you the brisket. Probably got another 2 more hours on the smoke before I wrap it and put it on a top shelf, well, medium shelf, and then I'll put my pork butts on. So let's look at it. So look at that bad boy. It's got a nice smoke to it. Oh yeah, she is gonna be good. All right, Taino-Vikings, there we go. We have the brisket, and we got 2 pork shoulders sitting over here. We got the brisket and 2 pork shoulders sitting on the smoker at 200. So we were sitting at 200 degrees on the smoker. Oh, that hurt really bad. So we have 200 degrees on the smoker. Pork butts are on there. So we got about 19 more hours left on the smoking. Probably in the next couple of hours or so, depending on temperature, I will wrap up all the pork butt and everything. So, yep. See how it looks when it's done. All right. So there's the inside. Nice brisket. It's got a good bark on it. Look at that. Good smoke ring right through there. All right, so there's the pulled pork. 2 Boston butts up in there. Yum, yum.